Back inside the Honda Center, everyone, as we get set for the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. These teams will meet 3 times in the month of April. The only time, though, here at the Honda Center as we meet the starting goaltenders. Devin Dubnyk looks for his 7th road win of the season against the Duck team that he has beaten twice in his career. At the other end, 31-year-old Jonas Hiller makes his first start in April. His last outing was at the end of March, an overtime loss in Columbus. A big win last night for the Duck team as they down L.A. on Sunday, 4-3 in a shootout. The Oilers played L.A. on Saturday afternoon and lost to the Kings by the score of 4-1. And lost to the Kings by the score. The Oilers played L.A. on Saturday afternoon and lost to the Kings by the score of 4-1. Boudreau and his squad are 15-5 at home.
Strong, a real heated provide that right there.
Gagne taking along with Magnus Bjarby. Magnus Bjarby got the only goal in that game against Los Angeles. It came on the power play, his 2nd power play goal of the year and 8th of the season. Former Edmonton Oiler Radek Dvorak chips it in. He is with Daniel Winnick and the veteran Saku Koivu. Winnick with the puck now to Koivu. Off his skate, could not get the shot away. And Gagne was there defensively. Boschman and Allen together. We are not going to see another former Edmonton Oiler in the form of Sheldon Surrey. He played last night. He is not in the lineup tonight. Ben Lovejoy will take his spot. Taylor Hall. Jordan Eberle, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins across the blue line. It's a weak shot towards Hiller. He steers it into the corner. Hall is on it. Gets it to Eberle. He is checked. And there is Brian Allen just send it around the boards. Jeff Petrie pinching in. Gets it to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins down low for Eberle. Jordan Eberle cross ice. One-time shot. Quick one by Vladislav Schmid. Steered aside and back the other way comes Perry. Corey Perry. Takes up with one Petrie in the playoffs. Perry on the ice with Allen and Orion and Lombardi. Matthew Lombardi came over on April the 3rd in a trade with Phoenix for Brandon McMillan. Here comes Cam Paulo.
Let that in a little bit with that emotional game last night.
Ryan Whitney, a former Anaheim Duck, sends it around the boards. Cam Fowler able to keep it in. Fowler driving for the net. Backhand. It goes right through. Picked up by Andrew Cogliano. Cogliano go over to Fowler on the far side. He is with Ben Lovejoy. Ryan Jones taking the spot of Alish Hemsky. Hemsky out with a foot injury. Horkoff, Ryan Smith, and Jones. And there's Horkoff shot from a sharp angle as Ryan Smith got knocked down in front. Lovejoy at the end of the shift will just dump it in. Nick Schultz is going to go back and get it.
I really like that play from Sean Horkoff early on. Real sharp angle shot, get it into the feet of Jonas Hiller and see how he's going to do in this game tonight. Hasn't played in the last 4 games, so his first start in a while. Get some bodies in front of him and test him early.
4th line out there now, including Jared Smithson, who played almost 10 minutes in that game against Los Angeles on Saturday afternoon. Went 7-2 in the faceoff circle. As we go downstairs to Gene.
Kevin, time to play Safeway's $1 million.
As afternoon, went 7-2 in the faceoff circle. As we go downstairs to Gene.
Kevin, time to play Safeway's $1 million scored win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Karen Johnson of Grand Prairie could win $1 million. Shop is by the Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsman.
All right, Gene, thanks very much. The Oilers will play these Ducks in a kind of a... All right, Gene, thanks very much. The Oilers will play these Ducks in a kind of a unique situation. Take a look, Louis, at the keys of the game. Brought to you, as always, by the 2013 Ford Super Duty. It's built for tough.
Well, Kevin, for the Edmonton Oilers, obviously, for them to come out and cover that slot area, the Anaheim Ducks are a very good team at finding that quiet space in the high slot. It's been a problem for Oilers as of late. They're going to have to do a better job of that. For the Ducks, the no-let
is denied in front. So that's Oilers all part of this.
3 and 4.
Magnus Bjarby.
At Rexall.
Being watched by Lombardi, leaves it there for Ladislav Schmid.
5, if necessary. Schmid.
In and out against Corey Perry.
Here, this puck
and shut down Corey Perry, who has 13 goals. He is currently the leading goal scorer on the ice.
And not an easy task to do. Watch this face-off play right here. This puck
4
looks like it's
goals
up for grabs. And the Anaheim Ducks could cycle it quickly and watch Ryan as he slips into the slot. A very quick play by Perry. No look. That's how quick you have to react when that line's on the ice, Kevin, is you have to be ready for that constant pressure in the slot zone in that blue paint. They love to crash the net.
As we take a look at the Edmonton Oilers, who, Louis, we've talked to the coaching staff this morning. This really is, you don't want to put too much emphasis on it, a key game for this Oiler team.
You know what? There's no question about that. And I think that everybody on that Oiler bench, including Ralph Kruger, is looking at this game, in my opinion, as a make or break it. They have to start putting a stretch together. They go home for 3 games. They want to kind of find a way to go back on a positive note. So they're getting a team in a back-to-back situation. They feel they should be the fresher team, and they want to come out and prove that and get a run going.
Dvorak goes cross ice looking for Francois Beauchemin. Saku Koivu will get it to Dvorak. Dvorak was playing in Davos, Switzerland. Decided to come back to the National Hockey League. Koivu centering pass. Beauchemin was way down low. Dvorak defensively kept that puck in as Beauchemin swung and missed. He'll keep it in at the blue line. Winnick will center it, and it's picked up now and skated out by Nick Schultz. They're booing Eddie Schultz. Eddie Schultz will do.
You got Schultz in the back here, sweating. They don't like him very much here. Obviously, Justin Schultz chose to play for the Edmonton Oilers, become a free agent.
Corey Perry is going to try and shut down.
Corey Perry
With 14 goals, he is currently
with
the
one hat
leading
trick.
goal scorer on the ice.
Not an easy task to do. Watch this face-off play right here. This puck looks like it's up for grabs. And the Anaheim Ducks could cycle it quickly and watch Ryan as he slips into the slot. A very quick play by Perry.
But if he goes a little too low, gets him in hot water. But a perfectly executed one.
Free agent after his last year in Wisconsin. Didn't sign with the Anaheim Ducks. Became an unrestricted free agent and signed with Edmonton. So two of the fans here showing their unappreciation of that. But that was the wrong guy. But unfortunately for Nick, he's going to get a little bit of it tonight too.
Hey, listen, if I'm selling programs, I'm going to work right now. To Lovejoy. Throws it towards the net. Off the backboard. To Ryan Jones. We saw Corey Perry on the ice, Louis. Kind of strange not to see Ryan Getzlaf out there. They're usually a 1-2 punch for this Anaheim team. Both have 13 goals, but Getzlaf not able to play for the 3rd straight game.
Yeah, and Ryan Getzlaf has just been fantastic this year for the Anaheim Ducks, and he's been the leader both on and off the ice. Has really taken a step forward in that regard, and they're going to miss him, but obviously it was the better call for them to keep him out this game versus Edmonton. Their schedule loosens up a little bit after the game they have on Wednesday night versus
Colorado.
I thought it was Phoenix, but it's Colorado. So we'll give him a little extra time off to heal that ankle that he tweaked a couple games ago.
Against Dallas, stepped on his own stick after coming together with Jamie Benn.
And as tough as he is, he stayed out there, scored a real nice goal, and then just decided to leave the game. So I figured he wanted to get a little bit of a buffer before he left.
Brown, another former Anaheim Duck, takes a shot. Smithson lays it back to the point. Petrie waiting for it. He'll give it to Schmid on the near side. Steps into a slap shot right on, and Miller makes the save with traffic in front.
Really like the traffic so far by Edmonton crashing the net. You see Smithson drive there. And for Ladislav Schmid had the one-timer early on. This time he gets this puck, takes a look up, notices that he's got Brown in front. He has Smithson coming in as well with Petrell. Everybody converging into the net area, and this is something the Oilers want to accomplish on a little more of a regular basis. Good job by Brown, though, to plant himself on the edge of that blue paint. Always an option to get a puck there, and a couple real nice saves by Hiller early on.
The Oilers were outshot 39-24 in that game against Los Angeles. They have taken that to heart. They have gotten all the shots so far in this period. They're outshooting the Ducks 6-0. Usually the score when you and I play tennis. Magnus Piarvi in the face-off circle and did a pretty good job of battle for it now, and the Oilers trying to keep it in. Bobby waiting for it. He'll be just Schmid on the inside. Steps into a slap shot right on, and Hiller makes the save.
He scores! Shot over top. 3rd playoff point. Goal.
Really like the traffic.
Hiller makes the save with traffic in front.
It's 1-0.
Really like the traffic so far by Edmonton crashing the net. You see Smithson drive there. And for Ladislav Schmid had the one-timer early on. This time he gets this puck, takes a look up, notices that he's got Brown in front. He has Smithson coming in as well with Petrell. Everybody converging into the net area, and this is something the Oilers want to accomplish on a little more of a regular basis. Good job by Brown, though, to plant himself on the edge of that blue paint. Always an option to get a puck there, and a couple real nice saves by Hiller early on.
The Oilers were outshot 39-24 in that game against Los Angeles.
By Hiller early on.
The Oilers were outshot 39-24 in that game against Los Angeles. They have taken that to heart. They have gotten all the shots so far in this period. They're outshooting the Ducks 6-0. Usually the score when you and I play tennis. Magnus PRB in the face-off circle and did a pretty good job of battle for it now. The Oilers trying to keep it in. Bobby Ryan on the near side, in by Sam Gagner. And that puck goes out. No score here at the Honda Center. Puck goes out. No score here at the Honda Center. Tennis, Oilers hockey right here. No score here at the Honda Center. Last 3 weeks, Oilers hockey right here.
It's time now to play the Telus game of Fan Right, Fan Wrong trivia. Which Oilers player served as team captain for 6 consecutive seasons? Enter for your chance to an upcoming home game. Is this Fan Right or Fan Wrong? To enter, text Oilers to 333-777 or visit TELUS.com/hockey. For every completed entry, TELUS will donate $1 to Heroes Hockey, helping at-risk youth play Canada's game.
13:54 in our game here, Gene. Left to go in the first period. The Oilers with all the shots on to Jonas Hiller. And Devin Dubnyk still looking for his first save of this period as Magnus PRB brings it in. PRB gets checked before he can get too far by Spiza. Recovers, takes a hit there from Lombardi. Gagner, Yakupov, and PRB, the forward line. Petrie and Schmid are on the blue line against the top line for the Anaheim Ducks that includes Bobby Ryan and Corey Perry, along with Matthew Lombardi. Gagner gets to center. He'll dump that puck in and peel off. Going after it quickly is Eberle. Eberle from the corner, watched by Spiza, who runs into Hall. Hall from the corner. Taylor Hall, 41 points on the season. Well, they got that Schultz right. Spilled in the high slot is Taylor Hall. Winning. Hit by Nick Schultz. Ties him up in the corner. Koivu in there looking for the loose rubber along with Jordan Eberle. The puck is still alive, but nobody's moving, and now they'll try and get this play activated. Puck comes to the near side, racing over to try and keep it in. Was Dvorak, but unable to keep that puck in with Boschman. Oilers make a change. 12:25 to go in the first period. Kevin Dubnyk pushes it around the board. Brian Whitney is there. Mark Fistrick on the ice. It's blocked by number 45, playing in his first game since March the 25th.
Stung him.
A healthy stretch for 7 games, the longest stretch in his career. Workoff with the puck now, trying to get it behind the net. Boschman is there. He'll quickly get it to Radek Dvorak, and picking up steam is Andrew Cogliano. Cogliano hit by Fistrick. Jones gets hit from behind by Matt Molesky, and a penalty coming out. The first penalty of the game is going to go.
He lost.
He roughed. Batters were really on the way as the puck goes in the net, but the time had been called, and a penalty on the way.
Coming up to Jordan Eberle with the interference.
Play lasted exactly in 4-on-4 now. Sam Gagner drop pass. Nick Schultz with a shot. Stopped by Hiller. Gagner picks it up. Sam Gagner turns, delivers it to Magnus PRB. PRB back to the point. Nick Schultz. He'll go down low for Gagner. Trying to get the pass back to PRB. Didn't work. Almeri. Emerson Edom flying down the wing. Number 65. A Californian. Lays it back to the point. Lovejoy with a wrist shot that goes wide. Gagner will pick it up on the far side. Emerson Edom, one of 13 Californians to play in the National Hockey League.
Justin Schultz sets up shop behind his own net.
Nugent Hopkins across the line, flips it in for Hall. Taylor Hall from the corner. Hall to Nugent Hopkins, back to Hall with a backhand. Stopped by Hiller, back to the point he comes. Jeff Petrie with it now. He'll give it to Schmid. Francois Schmid with a slap shot, and that one is blocked. And it was blocked by Francois Boschman.
Great block by him right there. That was a high-quality chance with Hall in front for Schmid, just trying to get it through. Gets it by the first one, but Boschman has been fantastic for Anaheim this year. with a great block in front to nullify that chance.
21 points on the season for Boschman, number 1 among Anaheim's defensemen.
Yeah, leads a nice time.
Petrie to hole, and he just missed. 14th Borkoff on the far side. Petrie with a great setup to Taylor Hall, and he almost cashed in his 14th goal of the season. Borkoff brings it in, drop pass, Whitney, slap shot. Taylor makes the save, and he'll hang on. Drop pass, Whitney, slap shot. Taylor makes the save, and he'll hang on.
Here's Dustin Schultz. Schultz shoots. He scores! And he shoots it down for Dustin Schultz. It's 2-0 here in Game 3. 2.
It has been
A fan of response to the 10th as the Oilers take on the Phoenix Coyotes. Great prizes will be awarded at EdmontonOilers.com or call 780-414-GOAL. That's 780-414-4625.
We have seen those fans throughout this trip to Southern.
780-414 at Edmonton 4625.
We have seen those fans throughout this trip to Southern California.
Get the second goal
Good for them.
in the
They're having a
playoffs.
good time.
Radek Dvorak brings it across the line.
And Nick
There
Schultz
he is, the first shot.
gets
On
the
Devin Dubnyk and the Bronx.
assist.
Cheers from the folks here at Honda. There
cheers.
he is, a tear in the Honda. Whitney slap shot. Taylor makes the
Look at
save,
the
and he'll hang
fans.
on.
booing the crowd.
The save. It has been
It is Justin.
It has been all Oilers here at the Honda Center. 9
Oilers
shots for them,
in Game
none
2
for the
of the
Ducks.
Stanley Cup
It's been a busy
playoffs.
couple of games in California with lots of Edmonton Oilers fans. Hello to you too. Fan Appreciation Night is presented by Rexall, and it returns to Oil Country on Wednesday, April 10th, as the Oilers take on the Phoenix Coyotes. Great prizes will be awarded all night long as the Oilers say thank you to their fans. Secure your seats now at EdmontonOilers.com or call 780-414-GOAL. That's 780-414-4625.
We have seen those fans throughout this trip to
Everywhere.
Southern California.
Good for them. Looks like they're having a good time.
Radek Dvorak brings it across the line. There is the first shot on Devin Dubnyk, and the Bronx cheers from the folks here at Honda Center.
This perfectly preserved uniform came to us via a generous donation from our champion's wife.
Get your game on with Pools.
Well, Kevin, as you mentioned, for Devin Dubnyk, that's been a real aggressive start here for him, not facing a whole lot of shots. That was the first one after the 10-minute mark of his first period that he's faced from the Anaheim Ducks. A couple close chances in front, but nothing that hit him. So one of those games where he's not going to get into it early, but makes the first save, and he's probably happy that he gets to feel the puck a little bit here in this first period.
Faced 38 shots in that game against Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's been real good as of late for the Edmonton Oilers. 6-2-2 in his last 10, and has won the last 4 starts before losing that game in Los Angeles. So
Louis, your keys to the game, you must have been in the coach's room because you said letdown, and we're seeing it here from the Anaheim Ducks in this first period. Just 2 shots. Now the Oilers trying to take advantage. Fistrick a long shot on Hiller.
and I think you have to give credit to Edmonton here. They come out with a firing mentality and something that I don't think they've done enough this year, using that speed, using those shots from all areas of the ice. And we talk about it creating that chaos in front, and Ralph Krueger has used that word a lot this year, wanting to create that in front of the opposition's net. You've seen this already tonight where they've got bodies in front of Hiller. They know he hasn't played in a while. They're getting shots to the net from different areas. It allows you to kind of build off the cycle, looking for those loose pucks afterwards, as everybody does now in the National Hockey League. That converging defensive style, you're kind of standing still. So the players that are skating offensively are going to usually get to those pucks first.
Jeff Petrie fakes the slap shot. Now a wrist shot through traffic. And it sits there in front of Jonas Hiller. And cleared away finally by Palmieri. Offside the call right at the Oilers' blue line. Taylor Hall has been on a tear. He is tied for 8th in points now with 41. But, Louis, I think one of the most surprising things maybe is the fact that he has got more than double the assists to goals. He is, in fact, 5th in the National Hockey League in goals. This is the first assist, the first time that has happened for him, that he's had more assists than goals. Looking for his goal right there. It's centering pass. Great
5th goal in the playoffs.
assists than goals.
For Jakob.
Looking for his goal right there. It's centering pass. Great pass to Jordan Neverly, who put it over top of the net.
Couple real good chances, and again, a real sharp angle shot by Hall sets it all up, comes right back to him, and for Everly didn't miss by much in that backhand attempt after that. But you talk about Taylor Hall, that injury last year that ended his season early, and a lot of time he said to reflect about his game and watch a lot of video and see how he was playing, and he said he wanted to kind of slow things down in his mind a little bit, and we've seen that poise from Taylor Hall this year, and as you mentioned, passing the puck a little bit more often, but it's not that quick rush pass that we were seeing in his first couple of years. He's starting to really take his time, find the right pass, and thread that needle. He's made some dandies this year, but there's no question about it. He's still a shooter.
In fact, he leads the team in shots, and 118 coming into this game. The Oilers with 11 shots. The Anaheim Ducks with just 2. And we've got 7:14 left to go in this first period.
First period.
Across the line.
Nothing Oilers in game 2.
Plays it around the boards. Cogliano waiting for it. He's got Bolesky up high. Solani down low. Solani circles the net, trying to center against Nick Schultz. Solani again trying to get it back to Bolesky. Too far for him, but Jones able to get it out and down the ice.
I'll tell you, it still amazes me how fast Timo Solani is, the way he can just fly down that right-hand side. 42 years old. Looks like he's got 22-year legs, and I'll tell you, he can still skate to finish fast. There's no denying why he was nicknamed that when he came into the league.
77 games against the Oilers, 90 points. Bolesky with a wrist shot. Devin Dubnyk the save, dropped the puck down, and he'll cover it up.
Well, the Ducks starting to find their legs here in this first period, and it was a real good chance down low by Hall. That sharp angle shot tries to go 5-hole. The backhand by Everly just goes over the crossbar, and then Bolesky again off the wall just gets the first shot there, and that puck drops down in front of Dubnyk. Good job by Whitney there to kind of shove it back into his goalie so he can cover it up on that rebound opportunity.
Matt Bolesky got a power play goal and an assist against the game against the LA Kings. His first career power play goal. Scoring chances 5-1 in favor of the Oilers, but still no score. With 6:13 left to go in the period. 11-4, the shots on goal favor the Oilers. At one point, it was 9-0. Cam Fowler to Koivu. Koivu gets around Smithson. Winnick can't get the shot away, and Smithson picks it up. He'll flip it high down into Duck territory, cleared away by Beauchemin, and cleared it right up to Radek Dvorak. A wrist shot could not get all of it because Mark Fistrick prevented that. Telus Oilers hockey from the Honda Center
in the playoff
here prevented that. Telus Oilers hockey from the Honda Center.
From the Honda Center.
Congratulations to the Santa Margarita Eagles hockey team who won the USA High School Varsity Championship, defeating a team from Colorado on March 24th by a score of 4-3 in overtime, and they were congratulated at this evening's game. And there is a tie-in to the Anaheim Ducks. Two of the players on this particular championship team are Emil and Eetu Solani. So we say thank you to them on the part of the Santa Margarita School in winning. And by the way, when those two kids who are twins hit the same player at the same time, of course, that's a Solani sandwich.
Everson Edom out on the ice right now, Louis. A guy from Long Beach, California, who grew up idolizing you when you spent your time there.
Yeah. The Ice Dogs. You talked about the madhouse there and going to games as a youngster, but a real quick player, and they're really liking the way he's developed here in his first year of pro hockey. He's got wheels to burn, that's for sure.
Stecco trying to get him the puck. Instead, it is Magnus Piarvi bouncing it off the boards for Gagne. Gagne chips it in. He'll go after it. Tony Lubman will get there first, play it around the boards. That is picked up by Spiza. Spiza with one of the 5 shots on Devin Dubnyk so far in this period. As Justin Schultz here's the Boo Birds one more time. Wonder if that's going to be the rest of his career. One of those guys that every time he comes in here for the rest of his life is going to get booed.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to be.
He heard some of the boos in Vancouver, being a BC kid who decided not to sign with them either, but the boos not quite as loud as the boos here.
And I think the way you have to look at it, if you're young Justin Schultz, who doesn't seem to be the player from what we've seen in his first year of pro hockey, as being a guy that really will be affected by too much. I doubt it's the first time he's been booed. He was a great player in Wisconsin. I'm sure some of the buildings that he went into there were pretty hostile towards him. So he's one of those guys that can kind of turn off the mechanism. Great Kevin Costantini for the love of the game, where he just turn it off and concentrate on the game. And he's shown that he can do that in spades. So I don't think it'll be a problem for him.
Taken in the second round in 2008, 33rd overall, as the action heats up on the near side, involving Bobby Ryan. Corey Perry with it now. Corey Perry with a shot, and that one gets deflected high. Lombardi to Perry. Perry. Nugent Hopkins trying to get it away from Bobby Ryan. It does. Schultz plays it along the boards for Fall. He was run into by Beauchemin. And the Oilers are hemmed up. Bobby Ryan off the end of his stick could not get the shot away. But Ryan takes his stick up high. Play continues. Referee didn't see it. And the puck comes up to center as Bobby Ryan hits to the bench. Flying in is Timo Solani. Solani with a shot up high, and that one caught a piece of the post. Two sticks behind the net. One of them is Bobby Ryan's. Ducks keep the pressure on here. Solani with the puck again. Navigates through a pile of wood. Back to the point. Beauchemin did not get much of that one. Able to keep it in nicely, though. And now Justin Schultz will play it around the boards. Picked up by Ladislav Schmid. Takes a hit. Gets the puck out to center. It's shot right back in.
This is a replica of the remote that inspired the big win. The original was tragically lost in a couch.
Get your game on with Pools.
Great pushback shift here by the Anaheim Ducks, and a good cycle down low. And then it's Nick Schultz and Bobby Ryan that have a little battle here as he gets the little stinky shoulder. Didn't like that too much. Comes back at him with a couple missed throws there. And then right here, you'll watch the stick of Schultz comes up and catches Bobby Ryan as he gets picked going through. So it wasn't intentional. And it was the way that he was picked coming through, but he did definitely come up and hit Ryan. As you can see him on the bench here having a word with the referee. That stick came up and caught him pretty aggressively.
Steve Gazzari and Tom Cowell are the referees, and Tom Cowell was trying to get away from that behind the net, and he went down.
I looked right away back at Steve Gazzari as well, who was the back referee on the play, and he didn't have his hand up at all. Didn't even think about throwing it up, so he obviously didn't see the way that it happened. And with two Ducks kind of converging in, a little pick, it was Schultz's stick that came back and through and caught Ryan up aggressively. And lucky he wears that visor. It looks like it caught him up underneath in the eye area.
He is staying on the bench. Fistrick will play it along the boards to Magnus Pajärvi. Checked in the neutral zone, and it's picked up there by Koivu. And Fistrick knocked down Dvorak. Koivu going wide, centering right out in front and put over top of the net by Daniel Winnick. Great scoring opportunity there. And Lovejoy keeps it in for the Anaheim Ducks, who had a pushback here. Lovejoy fires the shot through traffic opportunity with Dvorak, and he scores. And Lovejoy keeps it in for the Anaheim Ducks, who had a pushback here. Lovejoy fires the shot through traffic. Lovejoy keeps it in for the Anaheim Ducks, who had a pushback here. Lovejoy fires the shot through traffic opportunity with Dvorak. Scoring opportunity there. And Lovejoy keeps it in for the Anaheim Ducks, who had a pushback here.
Devin Dubnik for a 1-0 lead. So they hung around
of the year. This is his 23rd game against his old team from Edmonton. He's got 8 goals.
One of those cagey veteran players that just plays the game the right way. Plays a simple game but has that offensive ability to create and score the right way. Plays a simple game but has that offensive ability to create and score goals like we just saw. But it's the way that he plays the defensive side of the puck as well that obviously enticed the Anaheim Ducks to sign him as a free agent from Davos. And he's come right in and fit nicely into this lineup.
Ben Lovejoy and Saku Koivu get the helpers on the goal by Radek Dvorak. 17:21 the time of the goal. The shots have tightened up considerably. It's now 11-8 as here comes Jordan Eberle, but it's an offside call and an interference. to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So Nugent-Hopkins is going to the penalty box for interference, and the Anaheim Ducks will go on the power play.
And as we were talking about, Steve Kozzari makes the call. I don't know what happened to Tom Kowal. As you mentioned, I think that he fell down in that play, and he has left the ice. So only one referee in play here, and it'll be Kozzari that kind of continues on. They converged after it, so we'll try and get an update on that. But here's the interference by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the blue line. He didn't like the call too much, but he'll head to the box when he hopes to.
Second power play for the Anaheim Ducks. 1 for 4 against Los Angeles. 3 power play goals in their last 8 games. But they have the second best power play at home in the National Hockey League. Solani with the puck now, took it off his skates, back to Beauchemin, fires his shot. Devin Dubnyk the save, the rebound in front, and he covers up.
Tell you what, Francois Beauchemin is just crushing the puck right now, and I don't know if it's maybe from Sheldon Surrey being here that he's picked up a couple pointers. You can always shoot the puck, but it seems to really be flying off his stick tonight. He's had a couple that have surprised Dubnyk. Dubnyk did a good job there to corral that one and make that save after the shot. Pointers, you can always shoot the puck, but it seems to really be flying off his stick tonight. He's had a couple that have surprised Dubnyk. Dubnyk did a good job there to corral that one and make that save after the shot. But for Beauchemin having a standout year this year for the Anaheim Ducks, and potential Norris winner talk going around the league with the way they're this year for the Anaheim Ducks, and potential Norris winner talk going around the league with the way that he's played here, leading in a lot of departments.
Wrap around for Perry is foiled. Beauchemin played almost 26 minutes in that game against Los Angeles.
Yeah, averaging over 23 minutes a game, and he makes it look so easy the way that he's played. He's plus 23 in the year with 88 block shots, so a pretty stacked statistically year for him.
Sheldon Surrey's a plus 26. Devin Dubnyk the save, the rebound in front, and he covers up.
Tell you what, Francois Beauchemin is just crushing the puck right now, and I don't know if it's maybe from Sheldon Surrey being here that he's picked up a couple of pointers. You can always shoot the puck to one another. Really be flying off Surrey.
Twice they were able to challenge Luongo from sharp angles.
Surrey being here that he's
and the first bit looked like it was more problematic than this one on the little spin around the grand play. Here's Smith, one of the best from that position in front of the net, or tipping pucks in front.
Here that he's picked up a couple of pointers. You can always shoot the puck, but it seems to really be flying off of his stick
tonight.
Been a
good start, I think,
picked up a couple of pointers. You can
the
always shoot the puck, but it seems to really be flying off of his stick tonight.
A solid team game
where
they forced this young Oilers team into mistakes
drop there, flying off that one and make that save after the North
round minutes in that game against Los Angeles.
He's played. He's plus 23 in the year, statistically year for him.
Sheldon Surrey's a plus 26.
23 in the year with 88 block shots, so a pretty stacked statistically year for him.
Sheldon Surrey's a plus 46 here in the best of the league. Jared Smithson on the penalty kill. He and Leonard Petrell out there right there. With just over a minute to go in the penalty for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and less than a minute to go in this first period. Anaheim with last 9 shots. After throwing 9 shots down to the Oilers. Shots are even, 11 apiece, side of the net for Corey Perry, and reaching out is Devin Dubnyk. As Corey Perry, a goal against LA. He's got 5 power play goals on the season. Came close there.
And you know what? Great players can create it, not a whole lot. This is a bouncing puck, and if you watch Perry, he picks it up. He doesn't try to go to the net. He recognizes he has Ryan coming through, but just because he kind of bats it on the backhand, gets a little bit of a hop off a shin pad right into Dubnyk, which wasn't an easy save. If that would have got through, it would have been a tap-in for Bobby Ryan, who was coming late.
35 seconds to go in the period. See the centering pass. Bobby Ryan tipped that puck, and a great save by Devin Dubnyk as he got the pad out. Ryan trying to keep it in. They do. Reaching out is Devin Dubnyk. As Corey Perry,
he was the Canucks forward
goal against LA. He's got 5 power play goals on the season.
That's right. You know, great players can create it, not a whole lot. This is a bouncing puck, and if you watch Perry, he picks it up. He doesn't try to go to the net. He recognizes he has Ryan coming through, but just because he kind of bats on the back.
Didn't have any penalty killers against it, but it was pretty obvious what they wanted to do.
Ryan trying to keep it in. They do. 23 seconds to go. Ryan period. Matt Bolesky will give it to Ryan. He's got Koivu in front. It's now 11-8 as here comes Jordan Eberle, but it's an offside call and an interference.
The Ducks will have their second
to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So Nugent-Hopkins is going to the penalty box for interference, and the Anaheim Ducks will go on the power play.
And as we were talking about, Steve Kozzari makes the call. I don't know what happened to Tom Kowal. As you mentioned, I think that he fell down in that play, and he has left the ice. So only one referee in play here, and it'll be Kozzari that kind of continues on. They converged after it, so we'll try and get an update on that. But here's the interference by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the blue line. He didn't like the call too much. They'll head to the box, but he wants to. Second power play. That may have broken the stick of Devin Dubnyk, and now pushing him, coming in front of the net. And a roughing call coming up, and Ladislav Schmid is arguing. He and Bolesky were involved in front of Devin Dubnyk. Period comes to a close, 1-0 the score. Bolesky were involved in front of Devin Dubnyk. So they'd be here that he's picked up a couple of pointers. You can always shoot the puck, but it seems to really be flying off of his stick tonight. He's had a couple that have surprised Dubnyk. Dubnyk did a good job there to corral that one and make that save after the shot. But for Boschman having a standout year this year for the Anaheim Ducks and potential Norris winner, top winner around the league with the way that he's played here, leading in a lot of departments.
Keeps it in Lovejoy with 7 seconds left to go.
Here, Lovejoy fires the shot.
Scores with 2 seconds left to score.
It's 1-0 Anaheim.
And Anaheim is within 1. It's his third.
Well, good job here by Anaheim to stick with this, getting outshot badly in this first period. They get a couple shifts in succession where they work the puck down low. Koivu back to the blue line, the one-time shot by Lovejoy, and a rebound here for Dvorak as he picks it up on the far side after the first good save and backhands it by Devin Dubnyk for a 1-0 lead. So they hung around. They got a few more pucks to the net. A cup up on the far side after the first good save and backhands it by. Prime shot by Lovejoy, and a rebound here for Dvorak as he picks it up on the far side after the first good save and backhands it by Devin Dubnyk for a 1-0 lead. So they hung around. They got a few more pucks to the net. A couple good cycles down low, and they score the first goal of this game.
And that may have broken the stick of Devin Dubnyk, and now pushing and coming in front of the net
by Ben Lovejoy.
The roughing call coming up, and Ladislav Schmid is arguing. He and Bolesky
And the Oilers
were involved in front of Devin Dubnyk.
with a 2-1 lead.
Period comes to a close. 1-0 the score.
Get 2 the
It's going to be
score.
power play time for the Ducks. Start the second period. They have the only goal, and it's a former Oiler. It's Radek Dvorak. It's his second.
A power play
We'll
goal.
be back with more.
2-1 after this.
So easily, but
Suit, penalty box, 2 minutes for roughing. He and Matt Bolesky got at it right in front of Devin Dubnyk.
yeah, they went pretty aggressively here. And if you watch Schmid come in afterwards and just bulldoze them down, that was the penalty right there. So one gets away with one, and then Schmid, he's going to hope for aggressive too.
Second period has been a strong suit for the Anaheim Ducks. And you can see where they are ranked in terms of goals.
No question. When you look at it, first in the second period, seventh in the third period. So as the game goes on, they get a little bit better. And it's been a pretty good recipe all year long for them. The third-ranked team in the National Hockey League, second in the...
It is their third.
Here's Ryan Smith. Smith scores! It's 3-1 Oilers. 3 seconds in.
Saved by Devin Dubnyk to keep it a 1-0.
Makes it a
he flashes the
playoff
glove.
goal.
Terrific
2
save.
goals in 5 seconds in the game.
How did he get a glove on that? And a terrific move by Solani.
was waved off.
As Petrie tries to poke check him
No,
here, he walks
no,
around him.
the goal is waved off.
Backhand on the money. As Petrie tries to poke check him here, he walks around him. No looker, backhand on the tape. And that was on Perry's stick for here. He walks around him. No looker, backhand on the tape. And that was on Perry's stick for no longer than half a second as it gets away quickly. And he tries to go upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watch him the whole way and snatches it out of the air. Check him here. He walks around him. No looker, backhand on the tape. And that was on Perry's stick for no longer than half a second as it gets away quickly. And he tries to go upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watch him the whole way and snatches it out of the air.
15 of the 24 power play goals for the Anaheim.
And that was on Perry's stick for no longer than half a second as it gets away quickly. And he tries to go upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watched him the whole way and snatches it out of the air.
15. And the Ducks will have to give it to Coy by Devin Dubnyk. Molesky,
Schmid is backhand on the tape. And that was on Perry's stick for no longer than half a second as it gets away quickly. And he tries to go upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watch. The whole way and snatches it out of the air.
15 of the 24 power play goals for the Anaheim Ducks have come here at
Upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watched him the whole way and snatches it out of the air. Upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watched him the whole way.
It's a no goal. Oh. It is.
Snatches it out of the air.
2-1 Oilers.
4 power play goals for the Anaheim Ducks have come here at the Honda Center. It has been H-Men afterward the suit for the Anaheim Ducks. A little bit that Smith starts Chauvin. Goes Kyle Palmieri. He'll go cross ice and find Beauchemin. Beauchemin is up on top. Salati in the high slot. Not going to get the puck though. Sliding in to try and keep it in with Beauchemin, and he did a good job of that. The puck ends up behind the net now along the near side for Salati. Teemu Salati drops it out in front. Corey Perry, and oh, what a save by Devin Dubnyk. Salati drops it out in front. Corey Perry, and oh, what a save by Devin Dubnyk.
Unreal.
1-0 game as he pushes the glove.
2-1 game.
Terrific save, and you know what, Corey Perry's looking like, how did he get a glove on that? And a terrific move by Solani as Petrie tries to poke check him here. He walks around him, no looker, backhand on the tape. And that was on Perry's stick for no longer than half a second as it gets away quickly. And he tries to go upstairs, and for Devin Dubnyk, watched him the whole way and snatches it out of the air.
15 of the 24 power play goals for the Anaheim Ducks have come here at the Honda Center. Solani with it again. Solani, a wrist shot of his own, and it is blocked by Nick Schultz. The Oilers tied for, they are fourth best on the road when it comes to block shots. Over 320 away from Rexall Place. Less than a minute to go in the penalty. Ladislav Schmid, Jeff Petrie on the ice with Mark Fistrick. Mark Fistrick played over 5 minutes. Another shot up high by Solani, handled by Devin Dubnyk. Palmieri keeps it in at the point. He'll give it to Koivu. Koivu with an assist on the only goal of the game so far. Palmieri takes it off his skate, and it goes out. And the Ducks will have to regroup. Koivu. 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Koivu across the blue line. Checked by Petrie. Petrie, though, can't get it by Matt Molesky. Gives it back to Koivu. Koivu looks with Spiza out in front. Can't get it to him. Petrie's got it. Fowler, though, does a good job to keep it in. Lucas Spiza, sharp angle shot, trying to center it. And it was prevented from getting across by Mark Fistrick. Koivu with it now. He's got Molesky out in front. There's a cut by Spiza. That one sails over top of the net. Koivu again, and this time it is Bobby Ryan's chance. He is stopped by Devin Dubnyk. Penalty is over. Schmid is back on the ice. Molesky from the corner. Takes a hit from Schmid as those two come together again. Fistrick ties up his man as well, but the puck is still alive. 3 shots for the Ducks on that power play. Fistrick had tied up Bobby Ryan. Great chances for the Ducks. The best penalty killer, no doubt about it, Louis, with Devin Dubnyk.
Yeah, a couple of terrific passes by Koivu to get it out into the slot for 2 dynamite chances. Spiza and Ryan, and then the one by Corey Perry on that pass from Solani. So some real good action around Devin Dubnyk, some good puck control by the Anaheim Ducks, and I was really impressed with how hard they worked in that power play, battling for those loose pucks. They did not relent. Tough to get that puck out of the zone.
And it's still in the Oilers zone right now. Shot by Pagliano. It's stopped by Devin Dubnyk. 19-11, the shots on goal. Favor of Anaheim. Nugent Hopkins chips it in. He's going to chase it himself. against Tony Ludman. Now to the near side, Justin Schultz. Here's the boos. He's been hearing them all game. Ball from the corner, centers it for Nugent Hopkins. He goes down, and the Ducks come back the other way. Winning. Flips easy save for Dubnyk.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin, the first shot for the Ducks didn't come till after the 10-minute mark of the first period, but Devin Dubnyk has been under a lot of firepower here. Second half of that first and early into this second, and a couple dynamite chances there. A terrific save to stop that one there. And I think he got a piece of that one, too, from Ryan, who didn't get all of it, but directed it towards the net. Two terrific passes from the corner by Koivu on that second power play unit with a couple good chances.
12 scoring chances for Anaheim, 5 for Edmonton. It's a 1-0 game. Chances for Anaheim, 5 for Edmonton. It's a 1-0 game.
2-1 Oilers lead.
Palmieri. Steckel. Palmieri. And there is Devin Dubnyk with the angle covered. Nick Schultz without his stick. Battles behind the net against David Steckel. Steckel comes away. Schultz, good job to cruise over there and get his stick right back. Palmieri checked by Schmid. The puck comes free. Edom. All the way back to the blue line. He'll play it to Beauchemin on the near side. He'll chip it in behind the net. Palmieri looking for it. Schmid takes him as Gagne plays it along the boards for Magnus Bjarvi. And Bjarvi can't get it by Beauchemin. Backhand in, tipped by Palmieri. Palmieri tipped that puck and Devin Dubnyk made the save. It might have been going wide anyway. Beauchemin at the blue line. Throws a reshot through traffic. And again, Kyle Palmieri is there. It deflects it wide.
You know, Kevin, you've heard me use the term ground and pound a few times this year, and that's exactly what it is. The perfect example of it for Anaheim. Just relentless on the forecheck, working off the cycle, getting pucks to the net, but then that effort to get to that loose puck again and set up again and get a second opportunity. They've come out in the second period. Obviously, the power play has built their momentum, and they've carried it right over here 5-on-5.
District stop Lombardi's progress. Gets that puck in. And there is Jonas Hiller to cover it up. Gene Principe.
Well, Kevin and Louie, we should tell everyone on Sportsnet 1, it's the Toronto Blue Jays coming up as they will take on Detroit. That happens tomorrow. A bit of an early start. Out west, 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, the Blues are done. Or the Blue Jays are done. I mean, it's, wow.
When you talk to any goaltender, the toughest saves they have to make are ones like this in a redirection situation. Great job by Palmieri to get that puck off the stick. Good hand-eye coordination and deflected down into the feet of Devin Dubnyk, who comes up with yet another good save.
The Oilers will return home to play another Pacific Division team, the Phoenix Coyotes, on Wednesday. Will return home to play and
comes up with yet another good save.
The Oilers will return home to play another Pacific Division team, the Phoenix Coyotes, on Wednesday.
Affair in Rexall Place.
4-3-3 against this division.
Win 6 in a row here in the postseason.
Schmid around behind the net. Nugent Hopkins is there. Nugent Hopkins being watched by Koivu. Leads it for Taylor Hall. Hall back to the point. Schmid waiting for it. He'll give it to Petrie on the near side. Petrie fires a wrist shot that goes off Bobby Ryan. Lucas Pisa has his pocket picked by Nugent Hopkins. Gets it to Eberle. Eberle walks out. Eberle trying to stuff it home. Ryan. 1-on-1 against Petrie. Good job by Jeff Petrie. Sends away Taylor Hall and off the stick of number 4. Corey Perry. He gets stopped by Ladislav Schmid. So 2 good defensive plays by that Perry. Nugent Hopkins flips it in. That line's been out there for a while. They're going to peel off. Make a change.
Good shift by that line.
Serrani gets surrounded. The 4th line up there for the Edmonton Oilers. Schultz with it now. Justin Schultz plays it around the boards, waiting for it. It's Hisson as Hisson flips it down the ice. He'll be picked up there by Cam Fowler. First round pick in 2010 is Cam Fowler with 12th overall. Still looking for his first goal of the season. He has gone 37 games without lighting the lamp.
Yeah, a little bit of a drop down for Fowler. 40 points in his rookie season and 29 points last year. Only 7 on the year this year, but you know, one of those guys that's certainly still building, and an ex-teammate of Taylor Hall winning the Memorial Cup in Windsor with him. And here's some good defense by Jeff Petrie, a tricky guy, and Bobby Ryan, who loves to try and go around defensemen, stays with the body and has an active stick and stops that one there. And then this is another good stop by Schmid the next sequence down the ice on Perry. So going up against those two guys that are very good players, some of the best in the league, one-on-one, you know that Schmid and Petrie are going to have their work cut out for them tonight.
Ladislav Schmid is 4th in the league in blocked shots. Jeff Petrie, another guy that blocks a lot of shots, and more physical Jeff Petrie. He's got 94 hits so far this season. Ladislav Schmid has got 119.
Well, he stepped up and laid a pretty big hit on Bobby Ryan early in this game. And I think that kind of set the tone early on, and you saw the Oilers go on to start to outshoot the Ducks 9-0 before they got their first shot. But now 22-12, the shots are in favor of Bruce Boudreau's Anaheim Ducks. So they've obviously gotten their legs back from the game last night, that emotional win over the Los Angeles Kings. They have the 1-0 lead, and they've carried it through into this second period.
14 minutes for the Oilers between shots. You mentioned 11. They've got 12 now. They've got one shot in this second period. They had 24 shots in that game against the LA Kings. A delay to adjust the clock. It's set to go. It's got 13:54 on it right now.
Well, it's pretty hard to get shots when you're in the defensive zone defending the whole period so far. There's only been a couple of shifts in the offensive zone, and we'll have to turn that momentum around.
Winning shot bobbled by Devin Dubnyk. Koivu behind the net, centers it out in front for Winnick. Off his stick. Radek Dvorak. Winnick and Koivu, the forward line. Winnick with it now. Whitney watching him, and he steals the puck away. Beauchemin checked by Smith as he came down from his blue line position. Did Francois Beauchemin. They battle for the loose puck, and Smith wins that battle and gets it down the ice. Jones giving chase against Brian Allen. Allen, the former draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks, sends the puck down into Oiler territory. Petrie. Checked by Steckel. Ducks making changes. Steckel first guy out there. Spiza able to keep it in at the blue line. Palmieri. Edom centering pass for Steckel, and another good defensive play turned in by Jeff Petrie. Yakupov. The Magnus Bjarne plays it behind the net. Round to the near side, and it's slipped down the ice by David Steckel. Jeff Petrie. We saw Jason Garrison in his good stick in that game. The Oilers played in Vancouver. We're seeing Jeff Petrie tonight.
Yeah, Garrison had a huge impact against Edmonton, just in an offensive role. And tonight we're seeing Jeff Petrie really put on a clinic where he's been really solid in the defensive zone. He's been hard to play against. He's been physical and has had a terrific stick.
A bouncing puck for Neil Yakupov, but it was gloved ahead by Magnus Bjarne. Tell us, Oilers hockey. From Anaheim, here from Anaheim.
A high stick in the mouth. It didn't stop him from running, but it did stop him from an off-ice assignment. Andrew was to go bowling as part of a community event, but instead of showing up, he sent a message of why he couldn't make it. And it may be 8 months away, but I'm guessing that Andrew will want for Christmas his two front teeth again.
I'll tell you, Gene, it was amazing when he was with the Oilers there. He had a lot of problems with that upper lip, and there was a sequence of games where he got bumped by sticks and shoulders and whatever for 3 or 4 games in a row. He just couldn't get it to settle down. And I just got to worry about it because there's no teeth there anymore. So, but took it all in stride, and he looks like a hockey player more and more every year.
And remember, 3 straight overtime game winners. An NHL record when he was in an old uniform and his sticks and gloves went to the Hall of Fame after that season.
Yeah, you know what? For Andrew Carter has really sound his little ish here in Anaheim. We had a really good conversation with Bruce Boudreau in the offseason coming into this season about his role and just playing with the way he's playing. And Boudreau had a couple of real nice things to say about Cogliano, the way he's approached the game this year. 12 goals on the season, and he's not an active power play guy. So that's a lot of production for a guy that doesn't get a whole lot of the special teams. He's an excellent penalty killer using his speed, and he's played up and down the lineup column so far this year for Anaheim, one of the hottest teams in the league, and done very well in that position.
3-game point streak for Andrew Cogliano. The Oilers dominating in the faceoff circle right now. In the second period, they have won 6 of the 7 draws. Getting knocked down was Lombardi. The puck sits to the side of the net. It's still a live opportunity in front. Beauchemin hit the post, but the post was off the mooring, so it wouldn't have counted anyway.
No, I don't know if that went off the post or that hit him in the bucket. I'll tell you what, this looked to me like it was going on the line. You could be right, but the post was back obviously behind the goal line. Devin Dubnik's pretty interested in looking up to see where this went. And for Boschman, he's wondering why the net was off in the first place. Great job by Anaheim to keep crashing the net, trying to drive this one home. And eventually pops straight out to Boschman, who's closed the distance and come in here. So I'll watch it again here. And it was actually Lombardi that jams it through. And you're right, off the bar. So good eyes by you. Those glasses are working with him.
And those carrots.
But a real high-quality chance there. And thankfully for the Oilers, that net did come up off the rear ends.
So let's see if the Oilers can take advantage of this break with that fourth line out there, but this time Smithson unable to win the draw. Mike Brown picks it up, and Mike Brown wants to get that puck out. Can't do it. Kept in by Tony Ludman. Husky centers, Cogliano down low. He'll give it to the Hall of Famer. Back up top it comes. Quick shot by Spiza, and a block by Smithson, who had lost his stick. Spiza unable to keep it into the point. That will give Smithson an opportunity to get off the ice. Bolesky, Solani, Cogliano. Solani with it now. Teemu Solani. Back to the point. Tony Ludman waiting for it there. Ludman tipped in front by Bolesky, but it was a harmless tip. But Cogliano able to keep it in. Good defensive play there by Brown. But a tripping penalty coming up. And once again, the Ducks are going to the power play.
Hockey Life, the ultimate hockey megastore.
There's just some relentless pressure in the offensive zone by Anaheim. Great second efforts here as they steal the puck back. It'll be Mark Fister that will go to the penalty box here as he chops down Teemu Solani. And it would have been a 2-on-1 in tight. And he'll head to the box for two.
The Ducks with 24 shots, 10 of them have come on the power play. They will go to their fourth chance right now.
You know, they set that whole thing up 3 shifts in a row. They got the puck in the offensive zone. They've been relentless on it. And have caught the Oilers a little bit flat-footed in this second period and draw another penalty.
Solani wins that draw straight back. There's a shot by Bobby Ryan. It's down here on the center. Lombardi on the far side. Game 2. Smith and Horkoff.
You're in the Stanley Cup.
And Petrie, the penalty killers. Ryan with it again on the near side. He'll go down low.
What games tonight?
Tied up Solani before he could get a shot away. Phillip is going to leave it for Francois Beauchemin. Beauchemin sees a lane. He'll take it. Francois Beauchemin gets it to Corey Perry. Gets it right back again. Behind the net. Perry is in a defensive position occupied by Beauchemin. He'll go down low. He'll go right in front of the net. Hard pass across. Picked off by Leonard Petrell. Petrell has got Gagne. Petrell moving in shorthanded. Gagne stops up with a backhand opportunity. That was stopped by Bobby Ryan. Petrell has got it down. Petrell down. For Windy. He'll just flip it behind the net. Gagne there. To there some time off the clock. Turns. Sharp ankle shot. Stopped by Miller. Shot. And it's picked up by Matthew Lombardi. Good job by Gagne. Oilers fans here. Smithson on the ice now. Bobby Ryan moves in. 45 seconds to go. The pass was behind Perry. Perry's got Fowler up top. He'll try and get it across to Bobby Ryan. Good read by Smithson to break it up. And an offside call as Smithson and Ryan go down.
Well, one of the reasons they wanted to pick up Jared Smithson from the Florida Panthers is his penalty killing abilities. And a good job here for him. Knows that it's going to be a outnumbered rush coming back even more so with Sam Gagne in the offensive zone. So what does he do? He comes back to the middle, attacks from the middle. And a good aggressive play there and a good stick to knock that pass across out of the zone and get the whistle. So some good penalty killing by him on that last shift.
He was 7-2 in the faceoff circle in that game against Los Angeles, his first. So he is over 55% on the season in the dot. Fowler brings it in. And Fowler drop pass for Koivu. He goes down. Bolesky checked by Ryan Smith. Smith works it out. He's got Horkoff with him. Ryan Smith gets caught from behind by Matt Bolesky. Larry.
Impressed with Bolesky's effort here. That's twice now that he's come back hard. Once on Fister to draw that penalty eventually in the offensive zone. And right there on Ryan Smith just did not relent on the back check. And steals the puck.
Bolesky is 24 years old. He's got 4 points in his last 4 games. Anaheim, though, do not get a shot on that power play. Fistrick is out of the box. 8.5 minutes to go in the second period of a 1-0 game. Oh, trying to bring it in. Got it caught up in his skates, and he's offside. We're at the Honda Center. Tell us, Oilers hockey, and it's right here on the net.
Well, you think you know the Oilers? Well, how about proving it? Register for MBNA's Last Fan Standing and answer predictive questions each Oilers game for a chance to win weekly, monthly, and one of 4 grand prizes. Visit
Offside. We're at the Honda Center. Tell us, Oilers hockey, and it's
Oilers
right here on the
is
net.
the one game tonight.
Well, you think you know the Oilers? Well, how about proving it? Register for MBNA's Last Fan Standing and answer predictive questions each Oilers game for a chance to win weekly, monthly, and one of 4 grand prizes. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/lastfanstanding today for your chance to win 2013-2014 Oilers season seats, VIP experiences, and much more.
24 shots to 18 for the Anaheim Ducks. The Oilers, though, have done a good job of preventing more from getting through. They have won 13 Duck shots so far in this hockey game.
2-1. Oilers.
Yeah, been a lot of defending so far by Edmonton after that 10-minute start for them where they came out flying, generated a few real high-quality chances. Only 13 shots so far for them, 24 for Anaheim, so they've been doing a lot of defending, and obviously the 4 straight penalties by Edmonton have helped that amount. They've killed off all 4, but it certainly does start to wear you down after a while if you're continually penalty killing, so discipline will be a key here for the remainder of this game. They're still in this one, 1-0, after 4 power plays in a row for Anaheim, so
The race for the puck. Radek Dvorak is beaten to the puck by Justin Schultz. And we're coming back the other way.
No conversation afterwards. He didn't think that he beat him. Dvorak thought that he got to this puck first, but a good job by Schultz to continue skating all the way through. And, that's tough to tell. But Dvorak, he had kind of the can opener position in that spot, kind of jammed it through, but the linesman gives it to Justin Schultz.
Radek Dvorak, the only goal in this game. 2 goals in the 5 games he had played in a Duck uniform. Jeff Petrie took a big hit there from Daniel Winnick and then a little look back at the referee.
Felt it was a little high.
Yakupov with it on the near side. Yakupov to Magnus Piarvi to the middle for Gagne, just out of his reach. Hiller sweeps that away. Palmieri one-on-one against Schmid. Palmieri's got Cogliano in front, and the puck arrived there ahead of number 7. Gagne goes cross ice as things start to open up with 7:18 left to go in the second period. Back come the Ducks. Palmieri trying to get by Schmid. He's got Edom out in front. Brian Allen pinching in. Petrie with it now, under pressure from Edom. Back to the point it comes. Allen steps into a shot, and it went off Magnus Piarvi into the far corner. Palmieri looking for David Steckel. Broken up there by Gagne. Now behind the net. Schmid takes a hit, and he gets knocked down, and he is slow to get up. Emerton Edom went flying into him. There's a shot and a great save by Devin Dubnyk. Corey Perry let that one go. Ladislav Schmid would love to get a change. Magnus Piarvi may give him that opportunity now as he gets the puck out. Edom is a kid that is 6'1", 210 pounds, and Louis, he travels quickly to get to his hits.
Yeah, no question. I guess he's just a absolute workoutaholic too. A kid that really dedicates himself to training, being in shape, and shows in his play. And right there catches Schmid a little bit from behind.
And Lovejoy chops the puck out. Justin Schultz gathers it up, retreats back into his own zone. He'll give it to Horkoff. Horkoff, Jones, and Smith, the forward line. Hiller gonna leave it there for Fowler. Plays it around the boards for Perry. Good job by Horkoff to break that up. Now Horkoff will chase after it. Lovejoy gets there first. Corey Perry. Lombardi stops up. Lombardi trying to find the trailer, and that was Bobby Ryan, but it was a good job by Nugent Hopkins to stop that. Nugent Hopkins with a wrist shot, and that went off Spiza and up into the netting. Edom with a hit on Schmid. Schmid slow to get up. We'll be back.
Edmonton Oil Kings are working through round 2 of the Western Hockey League playoffs, and they're bringing playoff hockey back to Rexall Place. It happens tomorrow as they take on the Medicine Hat Tigers. Currently, the Oil Kings lead the series at this point 2-0, but should Game 5 be necessary, advance tickets start at just $20. Secure your seats today at oilkings.ca.
Ladislav Schmid on the bench. That is a good sign. Now the top line on the ice right now for the Oilers with 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Paul plays it back to the point. Waiting for it there is Whitney. Ludman gave it away to Hall with a shot. Hiller makes the save. The puck loose in front. And it's picked up by Winnick. Winnick. Dvorak. Koivu. Dvorak shoots it in. Dubnyk stops it up behind the net. He's going to play it himself to the corner. Dvorak there on the intercept, but Hall recovers and gets the puck to Whitney. Whitney to the middle for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins drops it back for Whitney. Throws it right in front. And Hall was cruising. Back to the point it comes. Fistrick plays it around the boards. It gets by Hall. Winnick waiting for it. And he will casually flip it and get it by Eberle. Picked up by Koivu. Just out of his reach, though. Eberle. Hall with it now. Hall to Eberle. Eberle across the blue line. Jordan Eberle cutting for the net. Couldn't get that patented backhand. And a penalty coming up, and it is going to be a great opportunity for the Oilers. Just their second power play of this game and first of the period.
It looks like it's going to be Lucas Spiza who's going to go to the box. 2 minutes for hooking here on a real nice pass from Hall to Eberle with speed. And this is one of the first times we've seen an Oiler be able to come down with speed and challenge one-on-one. He digs in a little too deep. And the Oilers not too happy with a couple non-calls. We saw Taylor Hall go up to the referees in that intermission break there and have a little chat with them, saying he felt a couple of the hits were high. And now we see a penalty go to Anaheim, and they get their second power play.
Good news. Your top line creates a power play chance as the puck comes flying out off the stick of Magnus Piarvi. The bad news is that top line can't start this power play, but it has been very good on the road.
Yeah, it really has been. When you look at the way that they've gone over the course of this season so far on the road, their power play has been very good as of late at 36%. So they're hoping to keep that trend alive with their second power play opportunity here, down by 1.
Fifth-ranked power play on the road. 32 goals for the Oilers with the man advantage. That is 4th best in the National Hockey League. And half of those goals have come away from Rexall Place. Ryan Whitney will give it to Eberle. Jordan Eberle moving in. Here's Jordan Eberle. Drop pass. And we welcome those fans who have watched the Calgary Flames defeat the Colorado Avalanche 3-1. Kevin Quinn working alongside Louis DeBrusque. Gene Principe also here. 1-0 the score for the Anaheim Ducks. They scored in the first period. The Oilers on their second power play. And has 1 minute and 13 left in it. Lucas Spiza in the box for Anaheim. Radek Dvorak scored at 17:21 of the first period from Ben Lovejoy and Saku Koivu, and that has been the only score. Anaheim has outshot the Edmonton Oilers 25-14. The boos you hear are for Justin Schultz, who did not sign here after being drafted in the second round in 2008. And the fans have been giving it to Justin Schultz all game long.
And lucky for him, there's another Schultz in the team because they gave it to him a little bit as well, as Nick Schultz took a little bit of the booing. But I think they finally dialed it into which one is Justin.
Winnick on the steal. Nugent Hopkins will play it back to Schultz, but there is Winnick to get a shorthanded shot away. The Oilers a little discombobulated in their own zone. Winnick with a puck now. He and Cogliano killing this penalty off. Anaheim with 3 shorthanded goals so far this season. Cogliano with a puck now. Andrew Cogliano dancing in the corner and draws a penalty as Nugent Hopkins is going to go to the box for tripping. A frustrating power play. Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, only the second for Edmonton, so obviously not too happy with the way this one turned out. And some excellent penalty killing by Winnick and Cogliano down low. A couple of button hooks here, and for Nugent Hopkins, we'll go to the box for the second time in this game tonight.
The Toronto Maple Leafs will play the Winnipeg Jets this evening at 5 p.m. Did that answer your question? Thanks for your feedback.
Himself set up in the offensive zone on the power play, and as a result, will be shorthanded after 10 seconds when Spiza comes out of the box. But here's the goal in the first period that gave the Anaheim Ducks the 1-0 lead. It was all Edmonton early, but it was the Ducks that eventually started to find their legs. Radek DeBoer with a nice rebound here, puts on the backhand by Devin Dubnyk. 26-14, the shots in favor of Anaheim. So for Dubnyk, didn't face a whole lot early as the Ducks took over 10 minutes to get their first shot on net, but they've made up for it with spades. In the second half of that first into the second.
Now the Ducks are on the power play for the 5th time in this game. They did not get a shot on their 4th power play chance. Palmieri brings it across the line. He is checked. Smithson and Smith, the penalty killers, they will change up now. Under Petrell and Sean Horkoff out there. Francois Beauchemin works his way across the line. He dropped it back to Palmieri. Palmieri wasn't ready for it. Matthew Lombardi, Timo Solani, and Corey Perry are up front. And both power plays in this second period having trouble. Solani stops up. Timo Solani takes a look. He'll deliver down low. Perry with a shot. And again, Devin Dubnyk gets a piece of that. He has been outstanding against Corey Perry in this hockey game. Spiza trying to get the hard slap pass to Solani. That didn't work. Lombardi will pick it up. Lombardi being watched by Schmid. Plays it back to the point. Spiza with it now. Lucas Spiza will give it to Corey Perry. Perry turns, moves to the middle to Beauchemin. Beauchemin back to Spiza. Spiza takes the shot. Solani will let it go. That was blocked and is picked up by Corey Perry. Perry walks in, delivers to Solani. Solani shot stopped by Devin Dubnyk. 18 seconds left to go, and a penalty for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. An opportunity now for Sam Gagner, shorthanded, but the puck is too far gone. And Hiller will play it, and both teams make changes. Less than a minute to go in the period. Jeff Petrie against Cam Fowler. Fowler takes the puck away. 2 shots for the Ducks on that power play. Nugent-Hopkins is on the ice. Fistrick in the corner. Lombardi gets knocked down, and the puck is still alive. Ryan Smith trying to get it away from Cam Fowler. Nugent-Hopkins in there. Nugent-Hopkins from behind the net. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to Ryan Smith in tight quarters with 24 seconds to go. The puck squirts free for Perry. Radek DeBoer shoots it in. Devin Dubnyk's going to stop it in behind the net. He'll leave it there for Mark Fistrick. Mark Fistrick, a healthy scratch for the last 7 games. First game back since March the 25th. Once again, Devin Dubnyk will leave it behind the net. And it is going to be Jeff Petrie who is going to run out the clock.
This perfectly preserved uniform came to us via a generous donation from our champion's wife.
Get your game on with Tools. 40 minutes in the 40 minutes. Devin Dubnyk has made 27 saves so far. And when we come back, they will take you to Hockey Central. 6 break down this game and the rest of the night. In the playoffs. Back. We'll take you to Hockey Central. Break down this game and the rest of the night. In the National Hockey League. After the playoffs. He will start this third period, and the Oilers need him. They're down the Oilers 1. And they have the top win ready to go. Ready to go. This is one of those games that you really want to put too much emphasis on it, but it is key for the Oilers to get something out here, and they are down just by 1 despite being outshot 28-14 through 40 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. They're great in this game, and when you look at it, they really shouldn't be. Devin Dubnyk's been fantastic through 2 periods, 28-14, as you mentioned, in shots. but they're only down by one, and I do look at this as a must-win game for the Edmonton Oilers, a game that they have to get back into here and generate something in this third period. The 6-2 night for the Anaheim Ducks, so they should be the more energetic squad in this third.
Anaheim won a shootout last night against LA, but a giveaway here for Lennox Dvorak. He has the only goal so far in this hockey game. Shot after by Devin Dubnik. The Oilers outshot 13-3 in that second period, but here's Taylor Hall firing a shot, and that one gets deflected up high and into the netting.
Is brought to you by Worley Parsons Court, now hiring trades in oil country. Visit worleyparsons.com/careers and apply today. Well, not much has changed from the first period through to the second period, and the Oilers hope there is a change when it comes to goal scoring for them in the third period.
And both teams have been stopped. The power plays, the Oilers 1 for 4 against LA. They are 0 for 2 so far tonight. Anaheim was also 1 for 4 against Los Angeles last night. They are 0 for 5. But they have generated 12 shots with the man advantage. Yakupov to Nick Schultz. Nick Schultz throws it towards the net. He scores. Nick Schultz. Yakupov to Nick Schultz. Nick Schultz. Yakupov to Nick Schultz. Nick Schultz. Yakupov towards the net. He scores. Nick Schultz. Denied. Yakupov. 58 into this one. Makes it 3-1 in game 2. Minute 12 into this third period. A minute 13 in.
You know what, Kevin? You kind of got the feeling it was going to take something like this to kind of break the dominance of the Anaheim Ducks, as Edmonton hasn't been able to generate a whole lot of chances. And for Nick Schultz, he just kind of slaps this one towards the net. Little knuckle puck that gets over top of the shoulder of Hiller. And if you watch Hiller, he sees his puck coming. He thinks for sure this one's going up over top of the net, but it goes under the bar instead and ties this game 1-1. So an unlikely goal scorer, but that would really spark your team. And for Nick Schultz, he gets a big one for his team.
That goes to Schultz. 7 points. And we've got a tie game. And we have a 2-goal lead. 1 goal in his last 59 games, but it's a huge one. And they're making a huge one. 6 wins. Throws it towards the back. Nick Schultz is there doing what he has done so well. Blocking it, and Devin Dubnik hangs on. Our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway, is Donna Potter of Edmonton, who's won the Husqvarna trimmer. Is Donna Potter of Edmonton, who's won the Husqvarna trimmer. Take the goal by Nick Schultz. And the goal, Schultz in the playoffs is 5th. And Sam Gagner getting the helpers. Sam Gagner, 4 points in his last 4 games. Yakupav's got 13 assists on the year. And he's got 6 points in his last 5 games. The Oilers have one. It is the first game. The top line trying to follow up. And that goal by Nick Schultz. Ladislav's lead pitches in, plays it behind the net. It gets by Everly, but there is Petrie on the far side. Everly now. Jordan Everly back to the point. Speed off balance, throws it towards the net. Miller the save, and he'll hang on.
Well, I like to cycle down low, and I like the fact that the defensemen for Edmonton, Schmid and Petrie on this shift are staying aggressive. And both of them get down into the play and keep it alive once each. But you watch this play as it's Petrie that pinches down, keeps it alive, nice little cycle. And then the one-timer from Schmid from the blue line, only one high body, not even really in front of Hiller, so you have to have that traffic in front with a shot like that. But I like the fact that they're being aggressive in the offensive zone and establishing that cycle, which they weren't able to do too often in the first 2 periods.
Mark Fistrick in his first game back after being a healthy stretch for the last 7, playing over 10 minutes, so go back and pick up that puck. For Nick Schultz, February 26, 2012 against San Jose, the last time he lit the lamp. And he has done it here, a minute 12 into the third period. We're tied at 1. Lead. Came in tied for 4th in rookie play. As the Yakupov will try to fill the 6th.
Listen to the Oilers fans here in this building.
Throws it again, a race for it, but Gagne lost an edge, and Spiza touches it. It's going to be icing.
Choose for the home team from the home team. Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Sam Gagne has a little stumble here as he tries to go in. Offensively on the forecheck here, just loses an edge, goes in and can't quite get to that puck in time. Would have probably been the first one there, but it comes down the face off to the left. It didn't.
Piper with a backhand that goes wide.
And just behind taking it by Cam Fowler. He lets the shot go through traffic, and that one goes wide as well. Ben Lovejoy plays it behind the net. Out in front, quick shot by Winnick as he was set up by Radek Dvorak. This line has been dangerous for the Anaheim Ducks. You're right, they've been really good, really aggressive on the forecheck. Excellent on the cycle. And a play we've seen a few times already. For Daniel Winnick having a terrific year this year at Anaheim after signing as a free agent. Nice little pass from behind the net. And another good save by Dubin.
42-16, the shots on goal as it takes a penny off the stanchion. Taylor Hall winding up down the left side. Hall moving in. Hall on the backhand, shot by Hiller, and then he crashes into the net, takes it off the moorings, and we get a whistle.
Well, I like to see he bounce and goes little poke rate on Hall.
Taylor leads the team in assists. He's got 28. Ryan Smith, Ryan Jones, Sean Horkoff. The line out there now, and it's Smith with the puck. Looking for Jones. It was picked off before it could get to him. Bobby Ryan will backhand it in. Ryan on the intercept, took it away from Nick Schultz. The shot goes wide on the far side. Kept in, Lombardi behind the net. Ryan out in front. Matthew Lombardi turns, takes a look. He still hangs onto it. Gives it to Corey Perry. He'll chop it in behind the net. Lombardi waiting for it on the far side. Poked away from him neatly there by Sean Horkoff. Nick Schultz. Lays it around the boards to his defensive partner, Justin Schultz. Schultz to Horkoff. Horkoff leads the rush with Jones and Smith. Ryan Smith moving in. Wrist shot. Missed for the far side. All the way around the boards. It comes to Timo Solani. Solani trying to go wide on Schmid. Schmid stops him. And Ladislav Schmid outlets for Hall. Hall right back on the ice with Nugent Hopkins and Eberle. Nugent Hopkins had to wait for Hall to clear. Does. Hiller behind the net. Almost gave it away to Jordan Eberle. Cogliano did give it away to Nugent Hopkins. A sneaky backhand that goes wide. Matt Gillespie on the far side. Gillespie checked by Eberle. And touched by Nugent Hopkins, and it's offside. Gene Principe.
Louis and Kevin, thank you. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You can get an all-inclusive trip for two to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Courtesy of Red Telecasts, you can win an all-inclusive trip for two to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Courtesy of Red Telecasts. Shop and swipe your club card at Safeway today, and you could be our next lucky winner.
And there is some of the fans wearing Oiler gear, and there are a lot of them. We saw one in LA tonight, and they have made the road to head for Game 3 Anaheim at Rexall. A 1-1 game with 14:45
What
to
game
go in the
tonight?
third period.
And there's the series.
Fistrick got a piece of that.
You're in the Stanley
on the boards and broke his stick.
Second round.
Plays it for Yakupov. Neat little pass to Vegas Biardi. He's got Gagne with him. Biardi cutting for the net against Ryan Allen. Centers it. Hiller squeezes that puck, but it ends up behind the net, still alive. Oshman plays it around the boards. Fistrick there on the pitch. Now the Ducks able to get it out. There's Rob Oshman into Oiler territory. Both teams want to make a change, so Whitney's going to take his time. They'll play it to Fistrick. Get the puck right back again. Picking up speed is Taylor Hall at center. Gets by the goal. Drops it for Eberle. Chases after it against Ben Lovejoy. Eberle's in front. The puck doesn't get to him. It comes to Nick Schultz instead. Hard pass for Eberle in the corner. Jordan Eberle plays it back to him. Schultz steps into a slap shot, and that one goes wide. Eberle there to poke it in the corner for Hall. Hall gets it to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins looking for Eberle, and a quick little pass. Charles diving against Winnick, and Winnick wants to relieve the pressure, and he'll get it out. Got it, Dvorak picks it up, Dvorak.
Moving in with Koivu. Centering pass. Nobody home. Kevin Fowler picks it up on the near side. Rachel Hopkins plays it behind the net, but there is Dvorak. He is checked by Schultz. Nick Schultz to Hall. Wants to make a change. Sent down in the back territory.
No question, more urgency here shown by Edmonton. And for Ralph Kruger, we've seen him do this oftentimes this year. 3 shifts in a row, a double shift for the top line of Edmonton to get Hall, Nugent, Hopkins, and Eberle back on the ice. One little shift of rest, and they've been out there again. Feels they're definitely feeling a little bit here in this third period. They have their legs. Taylor Hall's been really skating them out over the last few. So get him out there as often as you can.
Gene, guys, we talked about the fact there's so many Edmonton Oilers fans in attendance, and here's a group of young men that are here for a stag. They showed up and enjoyed the game in LA here this evening for the Anaheim game. In between, they went golfing and also went to the Dodger game. And for whomever's fiance it is back home, this isn't bachelor party like Vegas. Nobody got lost. Nobody got punched by Mike Tyson. No tigers in the rooms. They've been well behaved.
No
hangover the win.
Maybe a few hangovers.
And nobody with a tattoo on their face. Well, they did enjoy what they saw in L.A., but here, a great game in the third period. The Oilers have come back to tie it. Corey Perry moving in. Corey Perry bumped off the puck by Ladislav Schmid, but he ends up with it behind the net. Perry still has it, trying to jam it home. Devin Dubnyk has seen enough, reaches out. 6'5", stretches to cover the puck, and get the whistle. We'll be back to the Honda Center. We'll be back right after in Game 2.
Game of Fan Right, Fan Wrong trivia. Which Oilers player served as team captain for 6 consecutive seasons? Jason Smith, Wayne Gretzky, Craig McTavish, or Ethan Morrill? Enter for your chance to win a TELUS Optic TV and Samsung prize package valued at $13,000 or tickets to an upcoming home game. Is this fan right or fan wrong? To enter, text Oilers to 333-777 or visit TELUS.com/hockey. For every completed entry, TELUS will donate $1 to Heroes Hockey, helping at-risk youth play Canada's game.
No surprise that the Edmonton Oilers have their top line out there with Jared Smithson to take that draw. Most of that shot goes just wide, and the most effective line for the Ducks is also out there, Louis. Dvorak, Saku Koivu, and Daniel Winnick. Behind the net it goes, Winnick against Justin Schultz. Winnick turns, lets the shot go through time. Great save, and there is Dvorak with another rebound goal. The shot goes behind the net. It goes Winnick against Justin Schultz. Schultz. What's the shot goes right. Great save, and there is the rebound score. With another rebound goal from Edmonton Oilers.
Radek Dvorak. Oilers are back to 1 goal. It's 3-2.
The Chickens fight 2 goals now on the night. And they do it just from work down low. Daniel Winnick just fights his way out to the high spot. Little spin-a-rama to get this puck to the net. Good save by Dubnyk to get his pack down, make the save. And Dvorak, much like the first goal he scored the first period, picks up the rebound and jams it in 3 career games for Radek Dvorak against his A and a 2-1 lead. Rebound in 23 career games for Radek Dvorak against his Edmonton Oilers. He now... This Oilers fans so happy. 2 goals on the night, 7:48 the time of the goal. Daniel Winnick
1 goal away to come
with
back.
that shot. Stopped by Dubnyk. And as Louis mentioned, deja vu all over again for the Edmonton Oilers. A rebound goal for Radek Dvorak, and they're looking out for the Edmonton Oilers. They've got their second line out there now. Gagne, Yarvi, and Yakupov. Yarvi able to keep it in. Koivu gets his second helper on the night.
Gets his 5th goal in the playoffs.
Solani can't get a shot away. 11.5 minutes to go in the third period. Whitney to Yakupov. Chips it ahead for Michael Piarvi. Piarvi can't get the shot away against Ben Lovejoy. Solani will give it to Lovejoy. Assist for the first goal by Radek Dvorak. Steckel with an opportunity now. David Steckel couldn't get the shot away. He was in alone. Steckel from the corner. Found himself one-on-one against Devin Dubnyk. Could not get the shot. Palmieri behind the net. Palmieri, he could not get the shot away. Just walking able to get the puck in. Kyle Palmieri. Everton Edom. Palmieri broke his stick with that shot. As Horkoff blocked it. Edom turns in the corner against Reed. Centers it out in front for David Steffel. That was broken up but kept in by the Ducks. Perry out there now. Edom from the corner. Edom behind the net for Perry. Perry trying to walk it out in front. Can't do it. Schmid from his knees gets the puck to Ryan Smith, and Ryan Smith will relieve the pressure. Just over 10 minutes to go. Here in the third period.
Here in game 3. Game 2, sorry. Game 2. 3-2
Perry now plays it into the corner. A broken stick may be a factor as the puck comes around the boards. And it does hit a broken twig. As Perry stepped into the shot, the Ducks giveaway from Taylor Hall, but he didn't get anything on.
back to 1 goal 2 times.
Perry. Lombardi. Lombardi with it now. Good pressure by the Anaheim Ducks. Bobby Ryan, Corey Perry, and Matthew Lombardi. Absorbs the check from Bozeman. Gets the puck to Everly. Everly moving in. Right out in front and firing it wide. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Great chance to tie the game. Tanner Hall pays the price to make that play.
Boy, he had a good solid hit by Bozeman, but the Hall saw him coming the last second, stood him up, and a great job by Nugent-Hopkins to really get going fast and find that open lane.
Second fairly with it now. Tries the backhand. Doesn't make it. Turning is Winnick. He can't get the shot. Pittsburgh was there. Dvorak keeps it in to Winnick. Winnick to Koivu. Koivu trying to get it back to Winnick. Magnus Piardi starts back the other way. Long outless pass. Yakupov. Drop pass for Gagne. Gagne surrounded. Shot goes wide. Now he fires it from a sharp angle. No sin front. Whitney with it. Whitney goes cross ice. They bang away to Yakupov. Backhand attempt by Gagne. High and wide.
Here is Gagne.
It's a
Gagne. And a save by David Dubnik.
By him to get that shot by Whitney. He just throws to the traffic in front. And the most open that we've seen this game so far.
Both sides getting chances. Yakupov with an assist tonight. He's got 13 on the season. Continue on out there now. Yakupov with an assist tonight. He's got 13 on the season.
His third on the playoffs.
Continue on out there now. Penalty coming up. Horkoff jumped in front.
Jumped in front.
In the corner, he went down, and the Oilers will be effective going to the power play. It'll be their third of the game. It comes to this final time.
Game 2.
Basketball on the way, and it will be on Sportsnet tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time as the Raptors take on the Chicago Bulls.
Jordan Eberle. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and then Neil Yakupov, Luke.
Yeah, a couple of real good chances in front to whack away, and then Andrew Cogliano comes in a little aggressive with a stick in the skates area of Horkoff, and he'll head to the box for 2. So a timely power play here for Edmonton, only the third of the game.
They have not gotten a shot on the power play so far. An opportunity now to tie the game. Ryan Whitney at the point. Whitney being watched by David Steffen. David Steffen almost intercepted that pass. Gagne, slap shot. Hiller the save. The rebound is picked up by Jordan Eberle. We'll get it back to Sam Gagne. Gagne down low to Eberle. He's got PRD in front as it comes back to Whitney. Whitney. Yakupov. Did not get all of it. Eberle. Near side. Back to Whitney. He'll give it right back to Eberle. Down low for Gagne. Great battle in front. Magnus PRB looking for space. Gagne with an opportunity. Bang away. It's loose in front. Whitney able to keep it in briefly, and then it gets by him. The Oilers will have to regroup. Just over a minute to left to go, and the penalty to Andrew Cogliano. Sam Gagne works his way in. The puck comes to Hiller. He will cover up as Gagne goes down. And he had Tony Lockman on top of it.
And Sam Gagne, a little vocal here, felt maybe he got interfered with a little bit, trying to go through. A couple real good opportunities created as Gagne takes to the net. 3 shots on that first little sequence, all in tight on Jonas Hiller. So a nice urgent power play early on. And then here's that rush by Gagne as he goes in. And yeah, I can see why he might argue a little bit there as that puck goes through. The stick got tangled up in him, and he was looking for another call and didn't get it.
Big face-off win by Horkoff. Eberle. Back to the point.
Schultz goes cross ice. Nugent Hopkins for Hall. Tipped. Stopped before it could get through and firing back the other way. Edom short-handed. Centering pass. It was time to get it to Winnick. Winnick picks it up. He'll give it back to Spiza. Spiza's going to go for a skate and then turn and fire it into the Oilers zone. 30 seconds left to go with a penalty to Andrew Cogliano. 6.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Oh, what a big hit laid on him by Lucas Spiza. Second big hit he has taken in this period. Hall, great job to try and keep it in. Does manage to keep that puck in. Taylor Hall. Definitely Louis is paying the price in this third period as he works it back to Eberle. Eberle goes cross ice. Justin Schultz stands on one attempt. That one slides just wide. 3 shots for the Oilers in that power play. Cogliano's back on the ice. Schultz with a wrist shot through traffic, and that is blocked by Tony Ludman and sent down the ice. The Oilers 0 for 3 with the man advantage. Justin Schultz takes a look. The Oilers make a change. Taylor Hall moves slowly to the bench. Schmid chipped in by Ryan Jones. Leonard Petrell on the ice now as the puck is sent down back into Oiler territory. Schmid will go back and pick it up. Being watched by Bobby Ryan. He'll give it to Jeff Petrie. Petrie off the boards for Petrell. He'll tip it in. Jones giving chase. Fuller can't get to it. Sent around the boards. Works its way out. An opportunity now for Cogliano. He's got Lombardi with him. Andrew Cogliano centering pass for Lombardi. And that one tipped into the corner. Dubnyk had to be sharp. 37 shots for the Anaheim Ducks. 24 for the Oilers.
Nice job by Petrell there after Schmid kind of jumped down to pinch in, to attempt to keep that puck into the offensive zone. Petrell with the backup all the way to the post to break up that play.
Daniel Winnick from the corner. Sam Gagner. 4:50 left to go in regulation time. Nick Schultz tied the game of minute 12 into the third period. Justin Schultz continues to hear the boo birds as Yakupov fires it in the opposite corner. Boschman lays it along the boards. Good job by Schultz to keep it in for Gagner. Gagner, hard pass to Bielby. Hopped over his stick and back the other way. Braddock to the left. 2 goals in the night for him as he spins and sends it in deep. He'll head off on a change. Bielby tips it out to center. Boschman content to shoot that puck right back in. Devin Dubnyk stops it. He'll play it to Ryan Whitney. Whitney to the middle for Gagner. He was all tied up by Steckel. Nice move to get around him. Pass for Hall. Didn't work. He'll try again. Hall with it now against Tony Ludman. Hall and Ludman. Battle. Cogliano there. Plays it around the boards for Spiza. Racing in Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Puck goes up in the air. Picked up by Jordan Eberle. David Steckel centers it. Whitney keeps it in. Whitney tipped neatly by Eberle. Hiller had to be sharp. Tellis, Oilers hockey from the Honda Center. Tellis, Oilers hockey from the Honda Center.
From the Honda Center.
Game.
3-2 game in game 2.
Outstanding play, outstanding results, brought to you by Remax, Canada's most productive agents. And the most productive goal scorer on the part of Edmonton this evening was Nick Schultz. Career goal number 27, 6th all-time when it comes to taking on the Anaheim Ducks. And from Strasbourg, Saskatchewan, and all across Canada, they celebrated his goal.
I need one more with 3:34 left to go in regulation time. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, Taylor Hall, and Jordan Eberle have seen a ton of ice time in this third period. And that puck was gloved ahead, and we got a whistle.
Fantastic. A good thing. It would have been a 2-on-1 coming back the other way. But obviously for Taylor Hall, Nugent Hopkins, and Eberle, a lot of ice time in this third period. And for Taylor Hall, has taken a couple of big hits to make plays. And that's what it's took tonight for Edmonton to generate those offensive chances. You have to hand the Anaheim Ducks. They've been really aggressive on the forecheck. It's given the Edmonton Oilers a lot of trouble getting pucks out. It's tough tonight for Edmonton to generate those offensive chances. You have to hand the Anaheim Ducks. They've been really aggressive on the forecheck. It's given the Edmonton Oilers a lot of trouble getting pucks out of their defensive zone onto the attack. And sometimes you have to pay the price to do just that. Hall has a couple of times.
Anaheim Ducks the third best home record in the National Hockey League. They are 15-5 coming into this game. Home record in the National Hockey. Dvorak, Koivu. Koivu will backhand it in. And that line is going to change up as Nick Schultz will give it to Nail Yakupov. Yakupov goes cross ice. Petrie was checked before he could get too far by Lombardi. Lombardi's got Perry out in front. The puck didn't get to him, and the Oilers come back. Back goes Piardi. With Sam Gagner, stops just inside the blue line, puts the puck in deep. Gagner against Ludman. Takes Ludman into the boards. Piardi intercepts that clearing attempt. Back goes Piardi on the near side, plays it back to the point. Ryan Whitney waiting for it there. Here's Jeff Petrie with a hard shot. Hiller took that up high. And the rebound, he's swept down the ice by Tony Ludman.
That was a good little shot there by Jeff Petrie. Got a lot off that stick coming in on the far side. And, you know, for him, he pinched down low, so he's into the top of the slot. So dangerous zone to shoot.
And an icing call as Taylor Hall continues to keep his skating legs going.
Here's the basket for feet and zucchini sticks from the wing known as Money Monday.
Get your game on with Fools.
As you mentioned, Kevin Taylor Hall's really had his legs in this third period. He tried for the stretch pass, misses him, but he still keeps going forward to try and nullify the icing, and for the second time in this period, crashes in, but that time not into Hiller. He did the first time, but into the net, so getting up close and personal.
The two top lines in tonight's game on the ice for the Oilers, obviously their top line, and believe that their top line. Dvorak, Koivu, and Winnick have been an offensive force for this Anaheim team.
And they've been really good shutdown line as well, really aggressive, and when you control the puck, you can control offensive lines, and that's exactly what Winnick, Dvorak, and Koivu has done in this game, is worked off the cycle. It's worked perfect for them, and 2 goals by Dvorak on the rebound after a shot in the blue line, and we'll take just that.
Without Ryan Getzlaf for the third straight game. And there is Justin Schultz hearing the blues with just over 2 minutes to go.
They've been relentless this whole game. They haven't let up at all.
You may hear that the rest of his career anytime he comes in here. Now he won't come out here until next year. The next 2 games in the season series between these two teams will be back-to-backers in Edmonton, April 21st and 22nd. Long shot on Miller keeps the play alive as he gives it to Ryan Allen. Left it to Nugent Hopkins. Hall, and in front, there's a great chance for Justin Schultz, stopped by Hiller.
No, really like that one there, and he's had a couple real good chances tonight.
Cogliano with it now. Andrew Cogliano, Perry shot, turned aside by Devin Dubnik. 1:25 left to go in regulation time.
And I'll tell you what, Corey Perry and Devin Dubnik have had a battle within the battle. That's a 6-shot for Perry in this game, and he's been denied all 6 by Dubnik.
Magnus Piardi drives the net. Devin Dubnik is out. The net is empty for the Oilers. 6 attackers with 1:10 left in regulation time. A 2-1 game. Magnus Piardi goes to the front of the net. Yakupov's got it now. Yakupov in Anaheim. Goes to the far side. Less than a minute to go. Here's Yakupov taking towards the cage. That is blocked up. And the Anaheim Ducks get it out to center. Swept in. Round the boards it goes. Koivu against Yakupov. And tipped out neatly by Daniel Whitney. Whitney takes a look. The Oilers make a change. 35 seconds to go in regulation time. The door's empty. Game 2. And we're off Whitney and into the Oiler bench. As Taylor Hall had an opportunity to win it and into the Oiler bench. As Taylor Hall had an opportunity to tie this game.
Yeah.
Taylor Hall. Here's Hall. He scores! What a way to end this hockey game. 24 seconds left. The Oilers will look for a win. It's 4-2.
A terrific chance down low, and again, off the forecheck, off that little quick reaction as Hall gets it out front. And then with Schultz pinching down, follows it right up to the net off to the side. And for Hiller, he gets down, puts that pad down. Not sure if the top person looked like they did a little bit on the outside, but for Schultz puts his head down and follows it right up to
Sam Gagner and Taylor Hall to Whitney. Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Sam Gagner and Taylor Hall.
That's his Oiler
Win it second. Hit to Borat.
That's his third playoff goal.
Bergevin and Allen.
At 19 to
Koivu against
36.
with the third Gagne. Koivu will get thrown out. Winnick will have to take this draw against Gagne. Advantage Oilers, and Gagne wins the draw. Whitney way down. We'll play it out quicker. Phillip leaves it behind the net for Allen. We'll play it out quicker.
With 14 seconds.
Leaves it behind the net for Allen. Trying to slip it around the boards. Here comes in by Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins on the far side. 15
Inside. 6 seconds left to
seconds left to go.
Here is Brian Barry. Barry shoots. He scores. 6 left in game 3. And we're back to 1-0 for the third time in a row.
No scoring in the second. Nick Schultz. 1:12 into the third period. Time for an important face-off here. People that scored at 7, that is. When this timeout expires. Yannick Dvorak scored at 7 against Koivu. Into the corner of the Honda Center. LaPointe, here's one left.
Face off. And there you have it. Oilers won it. 6 straight here in the playoffs. 4-3. Game 2 gets the winner. And the Oilers are leading the series 2 games to
Once
none.
again, we're able to put back the tone. Got that lead after Edmonton did tie the game on a fluky one by Schultz, the only one that got by Hiller. They quickly came back and got the lead once again and were able to hold on for the win in a 2-1 battle. So a good job by them in a back-to-back situation.
back-to-back
To finish off this game against the Oilers. But the Oilers have to be happy with the way they came out in the third period. And made a game of this one against the Ducks.
Number 2 in the West, the Ducks with 59 points. The Oilers will now
The Oilers
go
will now
home and take
will
on
play
Phoenix.
Game 3 the other night
Final here.
on Monday.
Tell us Oilers hockey on
The final score,
Final here.
Oilers 3, Ducks 3.
Tell us
A huge game.
The final score
2-1
was
the
at
final here.
3-1. Oilers 4, Ducks 3.
A huge
in
game.
game 2.
2-1 the final here.
Tellus Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Tellus, the future is friendly. By Molson Canadian, brewed with the best this land has to offer. By Ford, go further. And by Rexall, feel good.
3 stars brought to you by Molson Canadian, brewed with the best this land has to offer. Devin Dubnyk, who was certainly worthy of a star tonight, considering the way he played for the Edmonton Oilers. Saki Koivu, 2s all around. Second star, 2 assists, and a +2 rating. And speaking of 2, that is the amount of goals that Yannick Dvorak scored this evening on the part of the Anaheim Ducks. So he makes a difference against the one of his former teams who are in a big chase for playoff positioning. The Ducks closing in on securing the playoff spot. The Oilers are not in the same kind of situation. Stay tuned. Stay connected. And spend some time with Aaron Hawks here. Back to Marcus Hamilton, close to the bridge.